You know when sometimes you need to leave very quickly, an emergency, something happens and you need to pack your bags and leave. Now it could be a real emergency, it could be a fire, or it could be a flood, or it could be that you have to go somewhere and you need to stock up with something to eat. I know there are lots of snacks that you can get easily, but what if the shops are shut? What if the machines don't work? What if you cannot have access to what you would normally have access to? I've got a few tips here, and this is what I would do to take food which is nutritious, which is easy to store, which doesn't attract flies and bugs, doesn't smell, and doesn't go off. Are you happy for me to do that? Because I'd love to share the secrets of the quick fix emergency food. Okay, well these are the implements, because you probably won't have much time because you've got to go. So here's a fork, here's a knife, here's a spoon, here's a sharper knife, and maybe some scissors. The main ingredients are going to be these little boxes here, and they contain two pastes. One is savoury and one is sweet, and they are miso. Miso is fermented soya beans, and it's of course a very popular food in Japan. Very easy to get miso from any stores. The great thing about miso is it's easily transported and it doesn't go off. You can actually have it out of the fridge, and quite high temperatures as long as it's in a sealed vessel. So I've got my two misos here. I've also got a couple of jars of tahini. Tahini is sesame seeds, pummeled sesame seeds, so that provides some oil. Now this is optional, you don't have to have tahini. I've got the hulled tahini and the unhulled tahini. I've also got some rice cakes, always useful, again very portable. I've got some, where are you, crisp breads? Here we are, yeah. These are just your typical Ryvita crisp breads, and they of course are very easily taken, and you can spread the miso on them very easily. But if you don't want bread, there's all sorts of vegetables that you can use for miso. You can have celery, which you cut into probably diagonal pieces. It makes them more interesting, I think. You can have shallots, spring onions, which you chop. And you can have these really nice little cucumbers, which you scoop out the pulp inside, and you can fill with miso. So all you have to do, and remember, don't forget your water. This is another Japanese adventure. This is a water bag, which when you finish with it, just rolls up into your pocket, so you're not carrying a plastic bottle. Very, very good. Excellent. I've also got some leaves. These are spinach leaves. And the great thing about miso, the wonderful thing about miso, is you can just spread a bit on a leaf and make your sandwich. So you don't need your crisp breads and you don't need your rice cakes. You can just use leaves. You can use these wheat loaves or endive, the celery, and you can also use, this is a bit drastic, flowers. These are marigolds, they're obviously edible, and this is a sweet miso here. It's absolutely delicious, and you can just spread your miso on the flour. Most unusual and heavenly taste. And that is more or less that. So, do you need water? Ideally, yes. You should have some boiled water, not boiling water, because that kills the enzymes in the miso. And you can mix the miso paste, whoops, pop it in, either with some water, as I said, recently boiled, which probably won't, and mix it, whoops, into a paste, and then you add half a tablespoon of tahini, it up a little bit. And that can be the most beautiful dip for your cucumber. And you can put that in a little vessel, so you've got your sauce if you want, but you can just have the miso neat, as it were. There's all kinds of miso, very easy to get in most stores. I would just get one savory and one sweet. So you've got the flavors. I particularly like these little plums. They're called umeboshi plums. They're very sour, and you can just have a tiny little bit of the plum, put it there on the cucumber. They're really interesting flavors. And I think if you're going to take food away, this might be for a picnic, might be for a hike. As I say, sometimes there is an emergency. You want flavors and colors. I mean, how's that for color, eh? Which are going to be interesting. It's not going to be boring. The great thing about miso, you can mix it with garlic, you can mix it with onion, you can mix the sweet one with honey. It's a very versatile food, and of course it goes back many centuries. And as I said, it's fermented. It's fermented soya beans, and fermented food is very good for digestion because it contains many enzymes, which is why you shouldn't use boiling water when you're making miso soup, because that kills the enzyme. You should boil the water, let it sit for about maybe 5 minutes, and then put the boiling water in. So you've got potential here for soup. Sorry. This can be made with soup, and you can have your spring onions or your celery on top of the soup, which is absolutely delicious. Or you can have your sweet, you can have maybe some fruit, as well as the miso. You can make a little sauce, sweet sauce that goes on some fruit. It's infinitely adaptable. You can do so many things with it, and you should really make every emergency a bit of an adventure. It shouldn't be, oh my God, I've got to grab something quickly, and when you get out you realize it's the wrong sort of food, or it goes off in the heat, or you need refrigeration or something like that. With this, it's all of a piece. It keeps beautifully vital. It's doing you good. Miso is very, very good for the immune system. It takes away a lot of the damage that chemicals can do. So it's good to just have miso maybe once a day. And it's a beautiful snack. You know, when you're looking for something which isn't going to put on a lot of weight, it's very easily accessed. You just dip your vegetable or your flour or your leaf in a bit of tahini and miso. And it's a banquet.